Welcome to Video 2, Getting Started in the Synchronous Teaching Educator video series. In the last video, we covered the following. In this video, we'll cover audio, video, internet setup, online content modifications, Zoom backend setup, and learner considerations. Please refer to the Getting Started checklist through the CPD website, accessible here. First, let's begin with the two most essential things for synchronous teaching: your internet connection and audio quality. Make sure your host computer is connected to the internet via an Ethernet cable and not Wi-Fi to maximize your bandwidth. If you're working from home, ensure no one will be playing video games or streaming movies, which may disrupt your audio or video quality. Audio is also crucial, and you'll need a headset or earbuds with a mic to take out background noises such as dogs barking, hospital overhead announcements, and typing. Before starting a session, make sure the correct speakers and microphone are selected here. Hello, hello. When using the two-computer setup, have your participant view computer muted in Zoom and volume off. Otherwise, this will create an audio feedback loop, like this. Feedback. If you and your co-facilitator are presenting in the same room, make sure one of you is muted. Next, let's move on to Zoom settings to activate interactive features. For this video series, be sure that you've enabled the ones shown here. Next, when preparing your content, consider these 4 factors. Number 1, interactivity. In synchronous teaching, it's important that you engage your learners early and often. If you don't, as busy adult learners, they'll be doing other tasks such as email in the background. If your talk has no interactivity, consider a pre-recorded lecture instead of a live session. This allows you to edit the session, avoid technical glitches, and let your learners re-watch your session at 1.5 speed at a convenient time. However, we know that learning is much deeper and meaningful when interactivity is incorporated, as discussed in the next video. Number 2, shorten your content. Learning online saves travel time, but takes more time for communication, collaboration, and technical glitches. Also, frequent breaks are essential to avoid Zoom fatigue. However, this provides us with an opportunity to critically examine content and distill down 2 to 3 need-to-know objectives we want our learners to understand and use. Additionally, nice-to-have supplemental material can be posted online or provided in the chat pod through links or documents. Number 3, Netiquette, or online learning rules, and communication. This topic is so important, we've dedicated video number 5 to it. And number 4, practice. Using two-computer setup as shown in video 1, practice any interactive content to see what your learners will see. Remember that software and updates can change quickly, so do a run-through as close to your presentation as possible while still allowing enough time to make edits or downloads. Have backup plans in case things don't work during your presentation, and be gentle on yourself and your learners when something doesn't work. If you've practiced and have backup plans, you'll be less flustered and more able to troubleshoot when glitches happen, and they will happen. By modeling acceptance and inherent glitches in an online environment, you also give your learners permission to be brave and make mistakes. This is also where your co-facilitator can help, so you can keep focusing on the content. Now that you're prepared, it's time to prepare your learners. Let them know if you're expecting them to use a webcam and headset, and if they're expected to interact with other learners similar to a face-to-face session. Otherwise, your learners may show up without a webcam, with poor audio, and plans to be catching up on other work in the background, leading to a poor experience for you and your other learners. Consider sending links to the software you'll be using and how-to videos so they feel more comfortable. Check out our CPD website for upcoming learner resources on how to be a good learner in a synchronous environment. For now, take this time to, number 1, reflect on what you've learned in this video. Number 2, consider effective teaching principles. Shorten your content to 2 to 3 core objectives with additional content through links and resources. Incorporate interactivity and netiquette. Acknowledge, with yourself and your learners, that glitches will happen and have backup plans. Prepare your learners and practice these features using your two-computer setup, both during development of your content as well as the day before your presentation. Number 3, try out your Zoom setup. Ensure that you're connected via Ethernet. Connect your headset and test, record, and play back your audio for quality, and check that the interactive features are enabled in settings. Don't forget to review the checklist of what to consider when preparing for synchronous teaching. Stay tuned for video number 3 on interactivity, with a focus on screen sharing, annotation, and whiteboard tools.